So hi guys, Craig Hansen from CraigHansenGolf.com. We're going to check out Martin Kaymer's swing. I've drawn my normal lines in there, and towards the end of the video we'll have a look at quick look at Tiger Woods and Dustin Johnson, because these guys have got some similar things going on in their swing here. So let's have a look at the back view here as Martin takes the club away. He takes the club well outside his the club head well outside his hands, and doesn't rotate the club up into this position. So what happens from there is he's going to get the club then pretty vertical. What that means is the shaft is now pointing down between the ball and the feet, as opposed to what a lot of guys do, will get the club then going parallel to the original shaft plane. Now from here, as the hands go back deeper, he's from this vertical position, he's going to cross the line a little bit at the top. And crossing the line is just crossing over this line here. So a couple of things we see from here. He's definitely lowered his head downwards. Let's just get that arrow out so you can see from here. So he's compressed down into the ground, and his hips gone back deeper than it started. Some of the hallmarks of some of the great ball strikers from the past and present champions. So it gets a little interesting in this position here. You'll see that the right arm squeezes down and works back a little bit in this direction here. It's going to push back down and get back. Have a look here how he does it. He's going to lower it again, so he's lowering his head even further. You'll see the load and the lag on the shaft, and you see the right arm squeeze down, and this is what helps him get the club back down into an awesome position. So his hips have stayed out, he's lowered his head an absolute mile. So another thing that so many of the great players are doing. So much for keeping your spine angle. You'll see it from the top of the swing, using the ground as leverage and pushing down, bringing that elbow back in and bringing the club down into a great position. If you have a look from this other side here, as he sets his wrists quite late. I've just started the camera from here because there was a little bit of camera movement. So he sets his wrists quite late in the swing, got a wide takeaway, and from this position here you'll see the movement going downwards into the left leg. You'll see the head move down as he compresses down, and he holds that angle a long time right down into here. So that right wrist in here, he's held the angle, which will help flatten the plane, and you see the amount of forwards push or forward lateral movement that he's got as he goes back through the wall. And you'll see as the left hand hits the wall, you'll see this, another hallmark of great ball strikers, with the shaft and the left arm in one line. So there's no flipping there, and he's hitting off some pretty tight ground there. It looks like he could almost putt on it, and it's really compressed. And one of the areas I look for in here, definitely getting the shoulder and and half of the leg through, or even more of the left leg through. You'll see that his head's actually moved forward. You can do that with an iron shot, as he's demonstrating. And at impact, you'll see that the right leg down into the 60-degree areas, where you've got most of your club golfers up here around in the 80s and high 70s. Through the shot, you'll see that extension from the right arm to the shaft. He's still got some room in here. No flipping, really stable wrists. Weight going onto the outside of the left foot. Now that's just pure. The right arm, the shaft, staying in a line for a long time. One of the things you don't often see, you see how much weight he's digging that left heel into the ground as he moves forwards. And he's just got himself a little in front. You don't see that often. through the impact area as he comes back down from the rear view here, you'll see that the shaft is so close to the original shaft plane, and from there you'll see that the right knee pulls backwards. A lot of great hitters also do that. You get Rory they suck their legs almost backwards, and has like an underneath type of release. We know that he hits straight or with a small fade, getting the club almost pointing upwards. And you've got some deep angles in here. You've got from the shoulder into the belt at 34. That's very, very deep. You've got the head rotating through the shot, the head and the chest. And great footwork. And you'll see what he comes through, and you definitely see that the right side of the head is lower than the left, keeping him into the shot and keeping him underneath. The back of the glove, the logo is almost pointed back at him, and this type of release here, where you get the right hand releasing almost in a curving position there. You can try some of these things out, and maybe you get a feel. Impressive swing. Now, if we go into, just get Dustin Johnson out here, and you'll see some of these similar traits, similar moves. Let's definitely see that, even though it's quite an unusual type of backswing, you see the head lowering from where he started at. I just don't get this. Everyone's talking about keeping your spine angle. I mean, the best players in the world, they all seem to be dropping their heads down, compressing down, using the ground as leverage. And, I mean, obviously you need a lot of body strength to be able to do that, but you can see how much that's moving downwards. See these angles, that's really deep down into 26. There's only a couple of guys that get down that far, and one of them's this guy. You've probably seen him before. So you can see that amount of movement going down. So you know, if the top players in the world are doing these moves, doesn't it make sense that we're working on the same things? You see the similar positions. The amount of room that creates for your right arm, I mean, you need a lot of strength to be able to do it, but you can see the head compressed down, and then bring that right arm down, and it all starts to look the same. Interesting move when you put in a line here. See that the hips go backwards. And Tiger Woods is probably one of the best iron players or maybe the best of all time, who knows? Arguably. But anyway, so much for keeping your spine angle. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.